Good morning. I'm Jen Amos at Weiss Research.
I'm Andy Myers, and this is your morning market alert for Thursday, December 22nd. U.S. stock futures are pointing to modest gains at the open as investors digest a couple big economic reports and await a couple more. The weekly report on initial jobless claims is likely to get the most attention today, after last week's reading showed the fewest applications for unemployment benefits since May of 2008. Traders on Wall Street are also digesting the final reading of third quarter gross domestic product. We'll bring you the results of both of those reports after the opening bell. Then later this morning, Reuters and the University of Michigan will release their gauge of consumer confidence for December. It's expected to show a modest increase. And at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we'll get the Conference Board's Index of Leading Indicators, which predicts economic activity over the next 6 months or so.
Investors on Wall Street and overseas seem to be reassessing their negative reaction to the European Central Bank's big move yesterday. It announced that 523 Eurozone banks would take a total of 489 billion euros in cheap 3-year loans. It was the first time the ECB ever extended such loans for more than a year, and the size of the funding operation was much bigger than analysts expected. U.S. equities rebounded from an early sell-off late in the day, but the turnaround didn't happen in Europe until this morning. Right now, the major stock averages across the continent are all gaining more than 1%. And the euro currency is making up some lost ground against the dollar, rising back near the 131 mark. Meanwhile, gold is holding steady at around $1,615 an ounce, after falling in 6 of the previous 8 sessions. And crude oil is rising back above $99 a barrel. Keep in mind, we may see some exaggerated moves over the next few days, as the markets kick into holiday mode and trading volume thins out.
Turning to corporate news, Yahoo is set to open more than 1% higher after a nearly 6% jump yesterday. According to the Wall Street Journal, Yahoo may reduce its stake in the Chinese e-commerce firm Alibaba from 40% to 15% and sell its entire 35% ownership in Yahoo Japan. The value of both deals is a reported $17 to $18 billion. The sales potentially could be done in a way that would make them tax-free. Yahoo has been trying to raise cash for its shareholders while not incurring a huge tax liability. Meanwhile, Alibaba has been trying to raise cash to buy Yahoo's stake. The management of the two companies have butted heads repeatedly in the past.
Elsewhere in the tech sector, shares of Micron Technology are set to open lower. The chip maker posted a net loss of $187 million in its fiscal first quarter, versus a net profit of $155 million a year ago. Micron's revenues also dropped more than expected due to weak sales at its DRAM memory business. We're also seeing declines in Bed Bath & Beyond, down 3% ahead of the bell. The retailer actually beat estimates with a 21% jump in net income, but sales fell just short of expectations. The biggest name on today's earnings calendar is American Greetings. We'll tell you all about its quarterly numbers later this morning. That's the latest from Weiss Research. We'll be back after the opening bell with all the market-moving news, including data on jobless claims and economic growth.